Hello, everyone. Thank you
Oh,
guys for joining. How
I'm
to,
exiting the Zoom, right?
yeah, and Julia, if you want to mute your side for 1 second, we're trying to get Julia in to be able to screen share for the Goldcast. So giving us a little fits, and that never happens when we're trying to go live with a customer presentation, right? So we'll be doing a little multitasking, making sure the troubleshooting happens. Julia, go ahead and give me a visual thumbs up if you get everything ready. But thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to be your moderator for today's session. I'm going to go ahead and launch my screen share so we can get kind of the logistics started. Let's see. Okay. All right, Julia, can you see my screen share here?
Yes.
Your wonderful picture up on screen. Awesome. Okay. So today's session is pre-sales, from demos to solutions. And you're going to be hearing from Julia Cleric. My name is Joel Hovey. I actually manage our enterprise sales team here at Consensus, and I'm going to be moderating your session today. So as you guys probably know already, Demo Fest is presented by Consensus. And what Consensus is we're leading the world into a new era of demo automation. Our platform really gets your buyers what they need when they need it, and they get to hear from the subject matter experts, the sales engineers, the pre-sales, right? So it's a technology that creates a ton of speed, a ton of personalization for your buyers and the buying groups, and helps multiply the revenue impact of your team, while also providing each of them with insights into what those buyers care about, what they don't care about, and who makes up the buying group. So as a result, our customers tend to see faster close times by about 30% typically, larger deal sizes, 40, 50% larger, higher close rates, usually about 2x. So if you guys are interested in checking out Consensus, feel free to go to our website where you can actually experience an interactive and automated demo right then and there, or you can view an automated demo by clicking the link in the Documents tab on the right of your screen. Now, in these sessions, they are all live. So the technical difficulties that sometimes we work through, but it's all because we want to create a very interactive experience for you all. So the first way in which you can experience and interact with us is through the chat. So there's chat function. There's also polls throughout various sessions that you may or may not see, and that's on the poll tab on the top right of your screen. Also, we carve out dedicated time at the end of each session for Q&A. So please, throughout the entire session, as questions come up, hit your brain, please submit them into the Q&A. I'm going to be moderating both that and the chat to make sure that we have a good interactive session. And then if you have any technical difficulties, there is a settings cog or a gear icon at the bottom. Please click that, and there's some help docs inside. I'm also here again if you have any challenges or questions. Let me know. Put it in the chat. Otherwise, I think we can get kicked off. So let me just do a quick intro for Julia. And Julia, I'll hand it over to you. So those who don't know Julia, she is a senior solutions engineer at Atlassian, working with their largest global customers in EMEA. Spanning 18 years in the software industry. She started as a software developer, then turned project manager, product owner, and scrum master. So a ton of incredible experience. So excited to hear from you, Julia. So she speaks regularly at Atlassian events and in the broader pre-sales community about cloud topics, team collaboration, and pre-sales. And with that, I will turn the rest of it over to you, Julia.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Joel. So now I'll try to share with tab. All right.
Wonderful.
Hey. Great. It works. Everything works. Brilliant. Hello again from my side as well. Thank you, Joel, for the introductions. I'm Julia Cleric. I am Senior Solutions Engineer at Atlassian. Yeah, not many people know Atlassian, but very, very many people know Jira and Confluence and maybe Trello. So that's us. I love what I do. I love working as a solutions engineer. And I'm really enthusiastic about solution selling. That's why I thought, let's do the session. Let's do this. Let's use this stage at Demo Fest. And thank you, Consensus, for inviting me. To bring us all in the right mood. And to take a breath as well for everyone, let's watch a short video from a movie, very famous movie actually. If you recognize the movie, put it in the chat, and the first one who has the right guess gets a kudos, an applause from me. All right. All right. Let's see.
Tell me this. It's a nice. You can use the right bolt. This. Well, this works. So,
Yes, of course, it was Wolf of Wall Street, and the first one was Haley Albers. Yes, applause for Haley. Good guess. Absolutely. And this is a famous one. If you didn't watch it, please do. Yeah, audio is off. That's unfortunate. I hope you know the scene. I can also share the link in YouTube. I tried my best. We'll see if this will work. So I have small audio parts in my presentation, but yeah, I hope that the technology will work. Anyway, this was indeed.
tell me this.
This was indeed the Wolf of Wall Street. Sell me this pen. In the sales and marketing world, this statement has become legendary. So watch the movie. Of course, it was from the movie, and the starring Leonardo DiCaprio, who portrayed actually the real life of Jordan Belfort, a master salesman. Well, he landed in jail, so not everything that he did was good. So do not try to do the same. But we really can learn a lot from him. That's why I brought him in my presentation. And in this movie, Jordan asks in a room full of salespeople, obviously newbies, to sell him a pen. And as you could imagine, even if you didn't heard it, Jordan was not very happy with the answers. So what do you think? Why wasn't he happy with the answers? Why did they all do wrong with selling this pen? Write in the chat if you have an idea. So the question was, okay, sell me this pen. And they started over, yeah, that's a nice pen. It can write, it really works. Yes, exactly. They focused on product. Ashley, Alexi, Robin, absolutely. They started to describe the product and the features of the product. So they were focused actually on the product instead of thinking of what shall they have done instead. So how would you do it? Solution, need, yes, Riley. Andy, the issue, absolutely. Yeah. So the right thing, and actually there is another scene in the same movie happening before this final scene where Jordan gives this pen to one of his friends, and he tells that this guy can sell anything. And the man grabs the pen. What does he say, the man that grabs the pen? Do you know? Do you remember? Who knows? Yes, do me a favor, write your name. Would you please write your name on the napkin for me, he asked. Clever, right? Yeah, exactly. Then Jordan replies, yeah, I can't write it for you because I don't have a pen. And the man hands the pen back to Belfort and replies, exactly. Supply and demand. Yes, Matthew, write your name down. Exactly. So this guy who basically can sell anything, he was focusing on the need, right? Instead of the pen itself. Yes. This is a good starting point to explore how we actually sell and what solution selling actually means. And, I have invited a friend to help me today with the presentation. That's a pity that audio does not work, but maybe we can make it happen anyway. We will try. Leo, can you hear me? Are you in the call? Oh, actually, I can't hear him as well. Leo, I think you are on mute.
Hello, Julia. Sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, yeah, with echo, but we can hear you, Leo. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. And I see you are at the party. Nice. Good for you. All right, let's start then. Who of you were or doing solution selling, heard of solution selling? You can say also trusted advisor. Many of us consider ourselves as trusted advisors, right? Doing strategic selling, consultative sales, all of that. So we are all doing this, right? Raise your hand. Yes, I can see you, but I can see your imaginary hands. Yes, absolutely, we do that. On the other hand, who was going into the first meeting with the customer and started their presentation with, oh, hi, we're so cool, here we are Superman, actually, we are the best. Here are our benefits, our features. You should choose us because we are the best. Our products, goals, strategy. We have so many employees, we have thousands of employees. Yeah, doesn't sound the bell? To me, it sounds very similar to the pen selling attempts of those newbie salespeople, you remember, in the Leo scene? Yes, many of us are indeed guilty, and myself as well. Yeah, I did that, I admit. But we are guilty because for years we have been taught how to sell and pitch our products. Our company and the product have always been at the center of every sales motion and every sales pitch deck. Even now, we often use terms like elevator pitch, or could you just jump in and do your harbor tour demo, or just show the customer your off-the-shelf demo, etc. So we are still doing that. We are focusing, by doing that, we are focusing on the impressive features of our products and not really focusing on understanding the customer needs. That's why there is solution selling, right? That's what solution selling is about. So we don't fill our sales decks with useless company information about when our company was founded and how many employees we have. Of course, it's relevant, but is it relevant in the first meeting? Not that much. It's very, very company-centric. And instead, well, not instead, actually, what do customers think about it? Yeah, the main question, if you go into the presentation and presenting like this, what do customers think? Yeah, I don't care. Customers don't care at all. That's why this is a problem, and we need to change that. Leo, would you agree? Yeah, I think Leo doesn't like it too. Apparently, yeah, I can understand that. So what shall we do instead? Instead, if you want to be trusted advisor, if you want to do solution selling or consultative selling or anything similar, you need to put your customer and their needs at the center of all you do, right? It's not a secret. We know all that. Yeah, it's just how to implement it, actually. If we put the customer in the center, we say, okay, customer, you are the Superman. It's all about you. It's about your benefits, your solutions, your products, your goals, etc., etc. Not just in the pitch, not in the first pitch, not in the second pitch, but overall, throughout the complete customer journey. At every touch point, actually, we should put the customer in the center of all we do. And why shall we do that? You might ask. Well, sometimes our product-centric approach works as well. Yes, it does. but what can you win? Why shall we do that? Instead, as we do with product selling, focusing on product features, value for teams, or admins, we could actually elevate this, do the solution selling, and this can help us to get better positioning with the customer of your whole solutions, not the single solution, but all your portfolio, including services. You would actually provide better value for businesses. So you would actually help your customer better by providing long-term strategic solutions instead of fixing an acute problem with the tool that you're providing. And instead of speaking to admins and product owners who are always important and helpful, you actually elevate your relationship to a completely different level, where you are able to build long-lasting partnerships and position the value of your company, not of your tool, of your whole company as a trusted partner to the highest leadership level. All this results in a better sales cycle, and you repeat and repeat with each sales cycle. Outcomes are obvious: high-value deals, long-lasting relationships, and expansions are done easier with a higher revenue because you have and you keep and you build out your relationships. Yeah, would you agree, Leo?
I like it, Julia. You know me. It's totally my thing.
Oh my God, the echo is not that nice. Yeah, some people have audio. Okay, refreshing the browser. Oh, okay, that's a good advice. But yeah, let's see. I do not want to interrupt the session. All right, let's just continue and try again. All right. Oh, Leo, yeah, I know you're coming over, right? On the weekends for a barbecue. You remember that? And Vicky will join too, right?
Of course, I remember.
Yeah, Vicky can't wait, he told. Thank you, Leo. Very exciting. Let's continue. Okay, with this first part of the session, we covered the why, right? Check. Where is my check? Check. All right. Next, you will learn more about solution selling, and it's different from product selling. And in the main part, I will give you a set of practical tools for your solution selling toolbox. So you can just pick it whenever you need it. We have already learned a lot from Leo about the differences between product selling and solution selling. I would summarize what we have learned so far. So product selling is when you focus more on product features, pricing, and what it does technically, right? You don't get into benefits or the value it does to solve the pain points of your problems, or you fire all your off-the-shelf pain points that you have prepared and benefits that actually are not relevant to your customer. And you let your customer choose for themselves. That's not a nice situation. Like in this pen selling example, this is a nice pen, it's black, it works, I swear, it's ergonomic, etc. Well, on the other side, with the solution selling, it focuses more on building solutions with your product for your customers rather than what the product includes. So this means you need to understand your customer first. So spend time on discovery. You focus in providing solutions to customers' problems. Like in the pen example, oh, you need to write your name and you don't have a pen. Here's the pen. So anticipate the need and also do your discovery and confirm the need, explore and learn. And highlight benefits for your customer as well, having their pain points in mind, providing more in-depth, long-term reasons for purchasing the product, like asking what your corporate strategies are, not just focusing on this one problem that customer is trying to solve. You're offering a big picture and not a short-term sale. For example, okay, you have pointed this need, but have you thought about that? So uncover unknown needs. Making your product sound not like a product, but like an asset is always helpful. This is an asset that helps you to achieve your goals and even more. And you would also discuss the impact or return on investment they might expect. This all belongs to solution selling, to highlighting the benefits. Okay, so this is the what. What is solution selling and what is the different to product selling? I hope this is clear so far. Yeah, are we fine? Thumbs up. A lot to cover. All right. Now let's review how to become actually a solution-focused engineers. What does it take? All right, to become proficient in solution selling, you need to first understand the difference, right? Understand the difference. How do you do things now? And what is your desired state? That's what we have learned today. Then you would know the gap and what you need to change. So what you need to close this gap. Second, change your mindset. Everything new comes with a mindset change, and we are starting working on this. So you are starting working on this as you join this session, as you express your interest, as you listen and learn. And yeah, Ian, I love my background too. Thanks. And third, build a toolbox of tools, because sometimes you understand what needs to be done, but you miss a tool because you don't know. So learn the tools, build your own toolbox of those tools, and make them ready for you to grab whenever you need it. Okay, the first we have covered, check. Change the mindset. Well, we have Leo in the call, come on. You should have changed your mindset. All right, but on a serious note, this might take time because, yeah, every mindset shift needs time, it needs practice, it needs an environment, a right environment, a lot of factors. So for now, let's say we have covered it. And now the toolbox. Okay, to really embrace it, you need a combination of behaviors, skills, and tools. And this should become your toolbox. We will take a look at some of them based on the sales process for solution sales. And I will share a couple of them for each sales stage. All right, are you ready? Everyone ready? Yeah? All right, I see a thumbs up. Yes, Daryl, my man. Brilliant. Thank you. All right, let's go. Okay, solution selling. This is the one important thing that you need to understand. Solution selling, it's a complex, high-value sales, and it takes significant time for relationship building. The relationship building part is the important one. It means that you need to move from traditional approaches like product selling, just reacting to when your AE comes in and asks you to give a demo, then you go in and then you go out. That's not solution selling. Solution selling, it's a high value sales, means high involvement of SE in each stage, providing guidance, building relationship, and keeping this relationship throughout the whole process. All right, here's an example of B2B solution selling process. The process goes from discovery via solution design, then the deal close, solution adoption, and expansion. Of course, it's a circle, but for now, for simplicity reasons and yeah, because I'm not that good in slide graphics, as you might have noticed with my audio. Let's do it simple for now. Let's make it linear. All right, we will go through all stages and see what tools or skills or behaviors you could include in your toolbox. First, well, we are all very familiar with discovery phase. Yes, you read a lot, you hear a lot. There are a lot of sessions on discovery also during this demo fest. During this phase, you perform solution discovery conversations. Not conversation. It might be several conversations. So discovery is not one-time thing. It's really continuous. In every touch point, you do your discovery. Okay, in this phase, you start identifying the solution approach. You are not building it, but you start identifying the solution approach as you learn. You begin to formulate potential solution based on identified customer needs through discovery questions or sessions. You would need discovery methodologies and tools, and you would work, of course, with the customer to identify their needs, their preferences, their perceptions, and you will develop a value proposition tailored to this customer's need. Okay. Which discovery approaches are you actually using? There are so many, and I'm pretty sure you can share. So if you are comfortable, just drop a note in the chat what discovery methods you use in your work. I'm curious. And of course, I will share some recommendations as well from my side. But let's see. Lots of questions. Yes. What kind of questions, actually? Open-ended questions. Exactly, Michael. Thank you. A bit of research ahead of time. Absolutely. Know your customer, right? Core ones doing discovery. Oh, yes. You reveal my secret, Ashley. Great to see you. Doing discovery. Absolutely. That's one of my recommendations, actually. Now it's reviewed. Anything else? Tell me about. Yeah, it's a good technique. Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot more. Let me share what I find interesting and what works for me. Are you familiar with the 5 whys? The 5 whys. Asking the why question up to 5 times or even more. Yes, of course, you know, until you get a real reason for customer's problem. And did you also know that this technique was actually described by Taiichi Ono at Toyota Motor Corporations? I looked up on Wikipedia, actually. And the example from Wikipedia is following. The problem is the vehicle will not start. Why? The battery is dead. Why is the battery dead? Alternator is not functioning. Why is alternator not functioning? Because the belt has broken. Why the belt has broken? Because the belt was beyond its useful service life and not replaced. And why? Because the vehicle was not maintained according to the recommended service schedule. So basically you start with a concrete problem. Oh my God, help, the battery is dead. But then actually you reveal the real reason. And the real reason is because the vehicle was not maintained on a regular basis as recommended. So if you go out to your customer and they say, oh my God, help me, I have a problem here. And then you start finding out the reason. So, okay, why is this a problem? And why is that happening? Okay, that's interesting. Tell me more about this and that. And then you uncover the real problem. And that's your gold nugget. Really, the gold nugget. Don't stop until you know the real problem. That's my recommendation. And yeah, interesting comments in the chat, actually. Yeah, very interesting. Toyota way. Indeed. Yes, Michael. Thank you for sharing. All right. One thing here to mention, try not to make it an interrogation because it's very easy to start or for the customer to feel like it is an interrogation, right? Make it a conversation, but stay on your course and try to find a root cause actually. Yeah, that's how you get the really important things. The next one, make it about them, not you. That's actually the beginning of in the beginning, you remember the Superman? Yeah, that Superman is not you, you know, that's the customer. Your customer is the Superman. So focus on them, let them feel important, let them feel heard, let them talk, ask, be curious, ask questions. Do not try to solve the problem or jump in with your features because you have the feeling that they will help them in this concrete moment with this concrete issue. Just listen, just ask, and then you will be fine. And that's the Dune Discovery, of course. Peter Cohen, recommended totally. Brilliant book. Please read it. Okay, the next up is the solution design. Are you familiar with solution design? Yes, for sure. So solution design, it's where it actually the most important phase for the SE after the discovery, of course, the very, very important stage for us SEs, because in this stage, you actually build and present your proposed solution to the customer. You might present one time, or more likely you would be able to present several times, but this is your chance. This is your work to show all your creativity and your knowledge and how you collaborate and how well you know the industry and your customer and your product. Very, very important stage. So you start building the solution in close alignment with the customer, of course. You provide the customer with the art of the possible with your platform. That's why I'm saying this might be several sessions. In the first session, you might do a little bit of a harbor tour, but still tailored to the discovery results. And then you start building step by step the solution that would work actually for your customer, and collaborate, work with the customer and see how it resonates. By doing that, of course, you inspire the customer for your product. So use every chance to really inspire the customer. You need to be cautious, of course, not to brag about your features again, but still inspire, show the art of the possible. You build the vision and the strategy for the future in this stage, and you build the collaboration in close or solution in close collaboration with the customer, tied to their needs, right? So some tools for your toolbox for this stage that works for us at least is the success plan. Who is here knows what success plan is? And I don't mean account plan. So this might be part, of course, of the account plan, but the success plan is something a bit different. A success plan is more concrete and more tangible. Totally can be part of the account plan, so you have it all at one, but you build it together with the customer and you collaborate closely with the customer and the account team on this. The result, so the success plan, would have the key elements, and the key elements are prioritized key requirements, which are tied to the solution. What do we need to win, right? And the tangible action plan with key deliverables, how to achieve the success. So what does success mean for the customer, and a plan how to achieve this with key deliverables and the drivers assigned to them, right? That's depending on how you do your account plan. Maybe your account plan is already that detailed, but if not, you can build it out and add the SE node to your account plan, however you want to call it, a success plan or SE account plan or technical win plan or whatever, but you need this kind of plan also with the SE and customer and the whole account team contributions. Start with the end. You've heard that for sure. If you read the books of Peter Cohen, if you read the blogs from Demo to Win or Great Demo or whatever, you know this: start with the end. Give a customer to work, a vision to work towards, right? As sooner you start to give this vision after the discovery is better. And my advice, to repeat the vision. For example, you could share the best practice from other customers, or maybe how your company utilizes your own tools, because you are the expert, right? You would know best. So customers really value these insights from other customers or best practices shared from you. This might be the vision, or it might be something different. Be creative. Then focus on customer challenges, because this is on top of their mind, and this will be crucial for their decision making. 90% of the time, every individual thinks about what? Themselves, of course. They think about themselves, so they do not care about anything. They care to a part maybe, but they think about their challenges in themselves. So focus on that. If you miss that, you miss your opportunity. For example, if your presentations focuses on something else, or you highlight those high priorities at the end instead of highlighting it at the beginning, you might lose this chance. So if you do your presentation, focus on the high priority challenges of the customer first before addressing anything else, because have in mind, customer has their challenges on top of their mind. Another one technique is so what. Are you familiar with so what? What do you think this is? Or maybe someone wants to share if this works for you. So what? Yeah. For each feature you are describing, mentioning, or demoing, I ask myself, okay, so what? What value does it bring to my customer? Yeah, exactly, Ashley. Why should they care about this? Don't ask it just once. Try to ask it twice until you really get to it, like the 5 whys. So what? Yeah, they want it because they have more transparency. So what? Yeah, more transparency because they would have better insights and the knowledge would be transferred better ways. So what? Why? So the same technique, but more focusing on the customer value in that case, to unveil the real value. Another one is the stakeholder mapping. Stakeholder mapping helps you navigate your key stakeholders and see if you talk to the right people at the organization and if they actually like you. Because stakeholder map is not an org chart, so do not confuse org chart with a stakeholder map. Stakeholder map is more like an influencer map. Who is this person? What is their influence on the decision? How is your relationship with them? Do they like you or they hate you? What is this person responsible for? So you have maybe the footprint of your portfolio included in this stakeholder mapping. So you really can put a lot of things in this. But what I find really helpful with the stakeholder mapping is this relationship and decision maker mapping, to see if you got to the business, for example. And the last thing here is something that we use a lot in our sales teams. Who is maybe here familiar with the triple metric from corporate visions? And I know that my Atlassians folks are aware, or they should at least. But anyone else? Triple metric, does it ring the bell? Yes, Daryl, of course. Yeah, so triple metric is something that helps you to address the needs and interests on all levels that are relevant for your customer. Doesn't matter on which level you're speaking with them. This helps you in the way that helps to address the needs on the right level, and it has a matching value on the next level. Like, for example, on the project level, you may have the value, number of people trained. This is their KPI. This is totally that they care about. How does it play into the business unit level, and how does it play into the corporate level? As more people are trained and as better the evaluation scores, as better the close rate and the average quarter attainment, and this helps you grow the revenue and the margin, right? So we start with the training. So corporate visions also offer training. As more people are trained, as more revenue you get, somehow logical, but if you don't structure it properly, you wouldn't know, and you wouldn't communicate it in that way maybe to your customer. So this is a really helpful resource. Here's the link if you want to Google it. All right, so after you have done all that, so you did discovery, you did solution design, and then comes what? The reward. What is the reward, you say? That's the deal close, correct? Finally, a deal close, like a dream. Who did a deal close before? I'm sure you did. No? No one? Yes, I think so. Anyone else deal close? Did any deal close? All right, it's a trick question. It feels nice, right? A deal close. And what happens during the deal closure? Yeah, customer and your company agree on the proposed solution. Finally, your work gets rewarded. Well, usually SEs are not involved that much in this phase. Nevertheless, you keep showing your beautiful face in front of the customer, showing that you're still here, right? Do care. Please do care for them. If they have any additional questions, even if it's just popping in the meeting, saying hello, saying how you do, because you had such a journey behind you, you can't just say bye and leave, right? Don't let them feel you leave them alone because you are done. Like, it's a deal close, I'm not needed anymore. They might still have questions. They just want to feel cared about. So please continue to care about them. If possible, join their calls. And try to provide value and build the relationship. Win-win situation. So who should win here actually in the deal close? Everyone, no? Everyone should win. Win-win means you win and partner win, maybe, or your company, of course. This is an important one. We at Atlassian have our values, as many other companies as well. And one of my favorite is don't F the customer. Yes, that's right. Don't F the customer. That's our mindset. And it should be in there every salesperson and sales engineer's mindset as well. Make it a win-win, not a win-lose. Do not compromise. It should be a win equally for your customer and your company, right? Customer should win, of course, but if your company doesn't win, well, you will be out of business very quickly. So think about win-win and think about don't F the customer. Yes, Michael, many businesses have the exact opposite philosophy. Yeah, I know. That's why I love the place where I am currently because of the values. And yeah, it's a hard one, especially if you do not agree with your AE maybe, or the strategy is different in your company. As solutions engineers or sales engineers, we can try to do our best here as well and try to influence the deal because you are an important part in it. Be transparent. This belongs to the don't F the customer. Be transparent in what you do and why you're doing it. Keep the communication channels open because this is crucial in this highly, highly sensitive phase. If your legal, for example, needs longer than anticipated, please let the customer know. Of course, in the most of cases, this is handled by our AEs or sales reps. Yeah, sometimes we need to deliver something too, even in this sensitive phase. So just, keep timely communication, open and transparent communication is crucial to make the deal close. Customer-centric, always. Focus on the customer needs, and the accountability is a good one. Anything might happen. If you mess something up, well, you mess up, admit it, apologize, and then do it right. Do not search for excuses, especially not in this stage. Well, it might be difficult, but try to do that transparently and communicate openly and admit if you forgot to send them the key details they needed. Own it, admit, correct, move on, done. Okay. All right, now we close the deal. Awesome. Congratulations, everyone. Well done. What comes next? Oh, that's my favorite. Post-sales. Who loves post-sales? Post-sales? You might say, huh? Okay, post-sales is not my thing. No, thank you. Goodbye. I'm done. You might think, well, what if I told you you're wrong? I'm sorry, but in solution sales, solution adoption is highly, highly important to your customer. Just to sell and say goodbye and come in 3 years for renewal, show up again, is not solution selling. So it does not help much. You need to do a proper solution adoption. Of course, you don't drive it, you don't own it for sure. There are people in your organization like customer success or professional services or anyone who drives the adoption, but you are the responsible individual for making sure that they are onboarded, they are introduced to the customer properly, there was a handoff, and this helps you to expand in the future. So the goal of solution selling is actually to expand so that your product, services, expertise would become essential for your customer. And solution delivery and adoption continues to be a sales process. Yeah, that's how it is. Because you need the customer relationship ongoing. Yes, a very necessary part of the toolbox, Samuel. You're right. Because if you lose the relationship and the contact during the adoption and you show up in 3 years for renewal, you need to start again. You can't lose the customer if you want to earn the renewal. Actually, we say earn the renewal and not just do the renewal. Okay, onboarding of professional services, do proper handover. Continue building out the sales process from the beginning with new opportunities if they appear. So if you stay on the account, you would see if there are new opportunities. So you keep the trust and the relationship. Yeah. Because if the solution adoption is done right, you get what? You get what? After the solution adoption, of course, the renewal. Right. And the renewal. Renewal is a new beginning of the sales process and an important stage where you need to actually earn it, right? You keep your tools ready with discovery, with stakeholder metrics, relationship building, networking. That's everything that helps you in your toolbox to earn this renewal. And if you do all this right, the renewal would be easier, as it might have been without any relationship. And of course, be proactive. Yes, thank you, Leo, for reminding us. Very important point. Don't just react if the customer or professional services needs anything from you. Also be proactive, check on with the account team, with the professional services team, how the account is doing. Maybe if they have any event you might join. Always seek for opportunities to keep the relationship. All right, now you almost did it. It was a lot. I know. I'm very proud of you that you stayed that long in my session. The hard part is now over, okay? You can relax. I will just summarize and then I will let you do your small break before the next session begins. So what are the key factors of solution selling? Solution selling addresses customer needs and challenges. So it goes beyond simply selling a product or service or beyond just doing a demo. It focuses on providing tailored solutions for specific requirements. This approach aims to build trust and deliver value by prioritizing customer needs and delivering promises. And of course, the accountability is the key, as it can salvage trust and relationships when things don't go as planned. So excuses and deflection only worsen issues and frustrate buyers. So these are the key factors. Now, small check. Now we understand the difference, right? Check. We change your mindset by now, I'm sure. Check. And now you have also some tools in your toolbox to implement in your day-to-day activities, yeah? So now you're ready. Yeah, what would you say, Leo? Yeah, he's very happy. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, everyone. You made it. Now go sell some pens. No, he means inspire some customers. Yes. Go and inspire some customers. Thank you. Now, if you have any questions, I'm also happy to stay in the session and answer any of them. And Joel has a question. Q&A. Yeah, Q&A.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes, Joel. Yeah, I saw that. How do we execute these 5 whys without being like an interrogation and irritating audience? Yes, that's a good question. With 5 whys, it's very easy to fall into this interrogation. And this why, and why this, and why this. So what I usually do to avoid this interrogation rabbit hole, is to try to formulate before I ask the why again. I try to summarize maybe what I understood, ask if this is my understanding correct, or maybe say, yes, you're right, we see the same in other industries as well, and how do you see this and this, and how do you why does it happening, or do you know the reason for this? Just vary the question or how you ask the question, so you don't just ask why after each time customer mentioned anything to you. Does it make sense?
Yeah, Julie, I really like that. And I saw Daryl had actually chimed in the chat and gave an example of something that he's done. And he said one of the easiest ways, in his opinion, was to frame up as a deliberate and intentional exercise to find the root cause, kind of a root cause analysis. So that way you're not playing the gotcha game. You're not trying to, you're building trust rather than asking questions with some kind of hidden agenda. And I really like that.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Daryl, for jumping in. That's indeed a good advice. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, audio is choppy. I know. I tried to fix that. I am sorry.
Yeah. Any other questions for Julia? I wrote down a page of notes, Julia, and some of them were just good reminders of things that I knew, or I thought I knew, but wasn't actually always acting on. And some of them are just new nuggets. And I really appreciate you sharing everything that you have. Had a really good session, had a lot of good dialogue in the chat. And there's one or two things that Consensus wants me to do before we wrap up. So unless there's any other questions, maybe we'll move to kind of the wrap up and give you guys a few minutes back. So please do note that there is a survey that just popped up. It should pop up on your screen. If you don't see it, there's a survey tab up on the top right of your screen. Your feedback is critical to us. So please do participate and submit any feedback through that survey. And the other piece here is our virtual demo fest, which you're in attendance of right now, is one of multiple different ways that we engage and create a pre-sales community. We do in-person events as well. They're also free, two of which are upcoming in this year. One in October that's hosted in London, the other in New York City on November 4th. So recommend you get registered as quickly as possible. I shared this in a session yesterday, but we had, I think it was the London event last year, where it booked out so fast that people were just showing up at the doors the day of the event, hoping they could get in, and there was a line of people. Such good sessions, such good networking. So highly recommend it. And reminder, there's no monetary exchange when we put together Consensus. Our partners do an excellent job of contributing and making sure that things go smoothly and that they're offering up things of value. So please do check out the booth. And we have some upcoming sessions. The lineup is incredible. So I wish I could recommend one of them, but I still can't pick which one I want to join just yet. But if you stay on this session, you will automatically be pushed into the next session in the same path. And if you want to go explore other paths, please feel free to do so by going back to the agenda tab. But yeah, Julia, such an incredible session. So thank you so much. Did any questions come in on the chat before we wrap up?
There is one question, yes.
One more question. Maybe we'll take that question if anybody's still here. So how do we execute, and this 5 whys was the first, how do we participate in the post-sales process without stepping on implementation team's toes?
Yes, a very good question. And it requires a lot of sensitivity, maybe a lot of collaboration and transparency and clear communication, maybe about what is your responsibility and what is the responsibility of the post-sales teams. So your responsibility is not to implement the adoption, right? It's totally professional services. You just do the handover and you stay on the account as their strategic sales engineer, maybe someone who cares on the top level if there is anything to connect to executives, for example, organize executive briefings. You get engaged with your account executive probably. And it should be clear that advisory services are totally owning the adoption. So this should be clear so you don't step on other toes. And that's a challenge indeed, yes.
Yeah. Well, great advice. Well, I think the session's going to end here just shortly. So thank you again and enjoy the rest of Demo Fest, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Have fun. Happy learning.